Hello, Virgo. What's up, guys? See, I told you you'd be one of the first ones up this time, and I kept my word, right? I did the air signs, and now I'm doing the earth signs, and y'all are the first for the earth signs. Are we winning, Virgo? Are we slaying in February? Funny, because, like, for most of the signs, you're not really feeling this way, right? For most of the signs, it's still, like, an emphasis so far on, like, coming out of what we've been through this past year, right? Oh, by the way, I should introduce myself. My name is Chris. Welcome to your February reading. How about that? You didn't even get my name, Virgo. You're just like... Hopefully you know my name by now because you've been watching my videos for a few months. Hey, winning, Virgo, winning. Cool, because like there's some cool astrology happening this month, right? We're talking Mercury is moving around like a little motherfucker. We got Venus moving around. That's the one I'm like super actually really looking forward to. Venus is moving into Pisces. So especially for you guys, great time to like look at your relationships. Great time to like look at your business relationships. See like who's helping you out and who's hindering you, right? Pisces is a relationship sign. And with Venus, we're talking love, we're talking money. But the other big thing we want to talk about, like we got the Leo card here, right? Jupiter and Leo. Is that, oh wait, sorry. I was thinking about the eclipse because of Leo. We just had a Leo eclipse. And we'll have another one soon, but we have an eclipse in Aquarius this month. King of Swords. Really getting sharp. Speaking of the eclipse in Aquarius, right? We're looking at restructuring. We're looking at, like, to me, this is Virgo getting a little ruthless about, like, your success. That doesn't mean being a dick, right? Right? It doesn't mean being a dick. It just means, like, taking like this part of yourself in your life so seriously that you know no one's gonna stand in your way. The King of Swords cuts people down if he has to, right? At his best, he kind of like chases out the evildoers, but at his worst, he can kind of be a tyrant and just kind of hurt people along the way with abandon. So Virgo, I will warn you, like, be careful with your tongue this month, right? Especially in the beginning half of the month when we have Mercury in Aquarius, right? Aquarius is such a sign of, like, blunt truth sometimes, right? And I know you guys get that. You get that whole thing, right? About, like, just speaking your mind and being truthful. But Aquarius, kind of like you guys, can have this tendency to kind of be a little harsh with their words. And we have the Fool. To me, right now, the Fool is about this, like, lightheartedness, right? It's about letting go. It's almost as if this, like, Six of Wands energy becomes effortless. Why? I mean, these are two very, like, contradictory cards in a way, right? Like, this is, like, very harsh and very severe. And this is like la-di-da-da-da, you know? But with these two energies together, it's like you're letting go of shit that's holding you back and, like, taking on a new sense of self. Looking at your future. Looking at, like I said, your relationships and your business. And really getting a strong idea, like, almost intuitively, right? Because this card is like, the King of Swords just kind of acts without almost thinking because he's so fine-tuned, right? He doesn't have to think because he already trusts his judgment. He trusts his logic. He knows what's right without in a split second. Just like the Fool, right? Really just able to follow your truth. So what this is also saying to me, Virgo, is that this is a good time for really figuring out what you want. Right? To me, I feel like you guys are in a more or less, and you know, there might be people here watching because like they've been through some emotional shit, right? But there's some part of me that feels like in a way emotionally you're a little more, this is just intuitive, right? And kind of looking at this, you're a little more emotionally sound this month. Ace of Swords and the Magician, right? Making it happen. Really, what did I say about like getting to your truth? Getting clear about what you want with the Ace of Swords. There's a real sense here of like leaving behind baggage. Especially with this dude here, right? Like he's ready to chop anyone down in his way. Like letting go of baggage. Whatever's been weighing you down for the longest time, it feels like February is gonna, and it might not literally be, like you could look at your life and say, like things are still going the same ways or like you're still dealing with troubles, but I think it's gonna feel like a fresh start, like a new sense of freedom. That's kind of the name of the game, I think, for this month. Is like Virgo is free to be who they want, to create the life that they want. I feel like maybe a lot of you guys are starting over. Right? Maybe a new job or even a new relationship, right? Or at least starting over in a way where like past relationships or again the baggage is just not weighing you down right now. Here's that mercurial energy, right? Like with that pleasurable Pisces, like making your life what you want it to be. Filling your life with just like everything you desire. Because you're like clearer now than ever about what you desire. And this is, again, great because like with the Aquarius eclipse, it's about restructuring. It's about taking a look at all these different parts of your life and seeing like what fits and what doesn't. And what doesn't fit, it's time to cut it out. You guys have like this energy on your side right now to make big moves and break away, right? And then by breaking away, you start to create. You start to like feel fresh. So again, like, because this is a general reading, I'll kind of spitball out situations that people might be experiencing, right? Like, this could be the breaking away of, you know, a bad breakup or a bad relationship in the emotional, mental sense, right? Like, getting clarity. You might be looking back on a relationship that maybe you were pining over and be like, what the fuck was I upset about? Right? That person was a dick. And maybe you were kind of sweet, right? Because you guys have that sweet nature to you where you care about people. Right? Even though your words can be harsh sometimes, like you care. I don't know if Virgo's caring that much. I don't think Virgo's caring that much about the people or situations or places that are holding you down. Like, look at all this airy energy, right? This is like the Gemini card. For an earthy sign, you're airy as fuck this month. Airy fairy Virgo. Right? There's just like so many possibilities. I think Virgo wants to show off a little bit. Show off like how far you've come. Whether that's like by buying nice clothes to show like that you're in a financially stabler place, or like maybe getting out dating again, or, you know, leaving a job behind because you're like, I'm better than this. That's what this kind of reminds me of. You know, like, have you ever quit a job that you hated and then like you have that moment of just like elation where you just like maybe walking out for the last time and you're like, peace, bitches. Like that, I think there's a meme about Obama when he was leaving. He was like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you. That's like real Virgo, right? Real Virgo in Aquarius season. I would normally say to watch your tongue, but I almost feel like let it out, Virgo. Communicate like strongly. Again, I always say don't be a dick, but be direct. If you have something to, you know, someone told me recently, like, when you have something to say, it's like because it's meant to be said. So by like holding it back, all you're doing is stopping this flow of energy through you. Almost as if like the universe wants to communicate something, and like if you're not communicating it, you're kind of just blocking that energy. Speak your truth. Speak your mind. Like, let people know that you're feeling fine and free. And you ain't gonna have it anymore. Virgo ain't having it. Who got time for that? I don't think you do, because, right, we're hustling this month, right? With all that Venus and Pisces energy, we're like looking at your business. We're looking at your money. And I don't think, like, even if you guys have struggled with money, I still feel like there's going to be a sense of security, which kind of makes sense because we do have it is tax season, right? I see Virgo like putting money away. I see Virgo with having a little extra to spend. I see Virgo like feeling really comfortable with their finances this month. And if you're not great with your finances, then like at least better. If you like, even if you lost a job recently, right? I still feel like you have a little bit of money tucked away. Like you can kind of hunker down and like use the resources you have, like the savings, the unemployment, and like feeling kind of comfortable and feeling like faithful that like abundance is going to come to you. That when you apply for work or you start looking for work, it's going to come your way like almost pretty easily. But also, like, the best way to do that is look at work that's pleasurable. It's a big theme this month, is our personal pleasure. Imbibing everything in our life with a sense of passion and pleasure and play. Oh, look at me, alliteration for the win. Passion and pleasure and play. Maybe that'll be the title for this video. And people think like it's like a rated NC-17 video. Can't help myself. I just say some shit sometimes. You know what I mean. We got that Mercury vibe going on, right? Where sometimes shit just like, we can't help it. It just comes out of our mouths. But again, like use that this month like in a really focused, directed way. In a way that like lifts you up and doesn't just like reiterate like toxicity that's happening. That doesn't like keep you in these like patterns of like oppression. This guy ain't oppressed, especially when like all like, I'm just gonna show you the cards real quick so you can see for yourself. Is there anything here that isn't like free and speaks their mind and creates whatever the fuck they want? With no apologies. Why should you apologize? Just doing you, right? And doing you is like what you're put on this planet to do. No one else can do you, right, Virgo? Right? No, that was crooked. There's my hand. If you guys can read palms, tell me what's going on there. All right, so, okay, couple path cards. We came out together. The Ten of Wands and the Princess of Wands. So, you know, the whole time I was talking about all this, like, weight and pressure and leaving behind baggage, I'm like, that's kind of like a Ten of Wands energy. And that card's not here, so I was like, where is I getting this interpretation? Two paths here, we have the Princess of Wands, and we have the Ten of Wands. Again, like, the Princess of Wands is such a card of freedom to me. We have air and fire here entirely right now. So passion and pleasure and play. Princess of Wands doesn't give a fuck. She's like that young girl who just thinks that like she's got the world in her hands. And when you're grown, you like fucking hate her for it. You're like, oh girl, you don't even know. You don't even know what the world's got in store. But like, at its best, like I feel like this is your potential to just let loose, be free, get a little wild. In the sense of your spirit, right? In the sense of, like I said, not giving a fuck. Maybe that'll be the title of this video. Virgo gives zero fucks. And you know what? If you don't feel that way, because I feel like I just heard some of you in my head saying, oh, but I do give a fuck. Like, put yourself in that position where you just don't. Where you just like to me, the Princess of Wands sometimes kind of like burns things down in her path. Because her fire isn't quite fully controlled yet. She hasn't learned how to control it, but it's like that process. It's like when a baby falls when it's learning how to walk. Learning how to get back up, learning how to balance yourself better is part of the process. So again, if you hurt some people in your path, like, as long as it's not me, because I'll fuck you up. I have no patience. Look, Virgo, like, we're Gemini. We're like those like siblings, right? Who sometimes like clash and don't get along. I got no patience for you guys, any of your shit. There's a Virgo at my job who always is like fucking around, and I'm like one of the only people who like claps back at him. And it's kind of fun and playful, but it's like a very like playful, confrontational attitude. Anyway. Like, save that for like the Libras. Well, because I know we had Libras around in a while, right? So like, I'm sorry if you're watching this, Libras. I'm not encouraging, but I keep doing this where I just like say shit and it's like, ooh, I hope no one takes that the wrong way. I'm like scared shitless of the day I say like burn it all down and then fucking some crazy ass fucking Virgo burns shit down and then it's like, well, he told me to do it. I don't know. When people are watching this shit, it feels like some level of responsibility. But y'all are grown, you know better, right? Right? Right. So Ten of Wands, like, which one are we going to choose? Are we going to be like the Princess of Wands is being like, fuck that noise. I'm using a lot of fucks this video. If, like, swearing hurts your sensibilities, sorry, but not sorry. But I'll try to be better about it. But, you know, we said we're grown, right? The Princess of Wands, again, is like kind of lighting these wands on fire. She doesn't want to deal with that. You know, it's like when they say from the mouths of babes, like how young people are just so brutally honest. Like this reminds me of my little Sagittarius sister. Just like says shit. Talk about another blunt sign, right? Sagittarius just speaks the truth. And it's reminding me of her because like she would look at this, carrying this burden and be like, oh, why? Like, put it down. What's wrong with you? Why are you hurting yourself? That's stupid. Don't be stupid. So Virgo, like, again, a real sense of freedom, a real sense of not giving a fuck. And you know what? Like, sometimes you will give a fuck again, so just enjoy it. Let yourself feel liberated. Let yourself just not really care. There's a healthy amount of that that's necessary. And I think with you, with the sign that's so much about like perfection and critical like analyzing of things all the time, you actually not giving a fuck could actually be really healthy. Five of Wands, right? Like in moderation, that's necessary. It can be cathartic. Again, more fire with the Five of Wands. Tower. I think Virgo is not having it with anybody. I said about not taking anybody's shit. Virgo definitely ain't taking anybody's shit. Death. Bottom of the deck. Two of Cups. So all that shit I talked about with Venus, and how like love is in the air, and I think we talked about this last month, how like love was kind of in the cards for you, like in the future. Underlying this all though, I think it's love of yourself. I know that's not typically how the Two of Cups is interpreted, but to me right now it's feeling like self-love, like self-nurturing, like all that stuff I was talking about being good to yourself, like feeling good, like buying nice clothes and like all that stuff to feel good, to be in your pleasure, right? Two of Cups is a very pleasurable card. And like so far the only card here that's not air or fire, right? So think about this as like making moves that help you get to this place a little like easier, that help you like really enjoy this. I know you guys like to work, right? But it's not about your like actual job work. This is about inner work. Not just loving yourself, but kind of building yourself up from that place, right? Feeling good about yourself, and then that like emanating into other parts of your life, right? Like building on strong foundations with the Tower, letting go of the past, like everything I've been, what did I say from the very beginning with the King of Swords, right? With the Fool. Virgo is letting go of their baggage. Like how many times do the cards, how many different ways do the cards have to say it? Prime time to let it go. Don't you dare start singing that like Frozen song in your head, because like that will make me feel violent. Hate that song. Also an overrated movie, just as an aside, but anyway. Oh my god, the hero's a girl. How unusual. I support it, but like, is that really the only merit that movie had going for it? Kind of. Besides that, like, it was just talking our truth, right? Mercury asses over here. So like everything, fresh start, cutting out the bullshit, right? Like ain't got time for this nonsense. Right? Because you're just clear and you know what you want and who you are. Right? This reminds me of when someone just feels good so they don't have any patience for bullshit. You know what I mean? Like these self-protective boundaries and kind of it come up naturally when you're like in this place where you just care. Holy fuck. Underneath the Two of Cups, like, Libra, go away! Third month in a row. Like, what is going on? But then look here. Fuck. What are we healing from, Virgo? Did a Libra hurt you? Or are you just, like, moving on from them? Why doesn't Libra leave you alone? Yo, Libra, why are you so obsessed? Why are you so obsessed? Come on. So if you did have a heartbreak with a Libra, or like you went through a breakup or something, like this is sort of finding that pleasure again. You know how when you go through a breakup after, like it's almost like when somebody dies, right? You don't feel good about feeling good. You're like mourning. But like this is in the past, right? It's underneath it all. Here's what we're looking at. I just happened to like pick it up and I saw it there. I think it's fucking funny that Libra is all up in your shit. Feel good about yourself, Virgo. Like there's that thing where kind of like having a stalker makes you feel good a little bit. It's just like, damn, somebody's obsessed with me. Again, if you're a Libra watching this, I'm sorry. Damn, I don't mean to rag on Libra. That's the second time I ragged on Libra. I don't mean to. I'm so sorry if you're a Libra watching this. It's a joke. I love you. Alright, so we're going to do the Nature Nurture Oracle here. So we have corn in the harvest, right? What I was saying about kind of coming out of this place where healing has been done, where, like I said about the comforts, I think this is also material abundance. Right? This is like I was saying before, where you're kind of maybe this month in a more stable place than you've been in a long time. And if you have been stable, it's just more prosperous than ever. Right? Reaping the rewards. Like, we have Saturn in Capricorn right now. The planet, basically reaping what you sow is the name of the game for the next 2 years, and Virgo is a working sign, so like you guys are gonna get your payoffs. I see money coming your way, like big payoffs. Whether it's like big sums, like tax return or selling something, right? Just something that brings in like or bonus or some kind. I mean, it's February. I don't know if you would get a bonus at this point, but you know, I feel like for a lot of you, there's gonna be lumps of money coming your way, lump sums of money. Okay, so we'll take these guys. The sleeping man. And then last but not least, the butterfly. So again, the theme of this month is moving on, moving forward, embracing your future, right? Growing. That's what I was saying before about like what I was talking about with it's growth. With the whole money thing and how you know being more comfortable, there's growth. Maybe you've been kind of resting, maybe you've been taking a step back from things, right? Or maybe again this is just like really having a strong sense of identity and the sense of self. Virgo getting woke, right? Looking around at their life and realizing like what fits and what doesn't. Again with that Aquarius eclipse. Shedding the old. Embracing like this new phase of your life. Yeah? So Virgo, good reading. Right? Let me show you all the cards together one more time. And then I'm going to let y'all go. Oh, I did want to mention real quick too, I still have personal readings available. They're 30% off this month. That's partly why these are behind, because I got like so many last month that I've been like struggling to catch up. In the description, check that out. They've been really good, getting really good reviews. If you look at my Etsy page, you'll see. So, lots of power, lots of freedom, lots of reason to celebrate yourself. Like, to me, this tower and death and all that stuff and the Five of Wands, like, seemingly could be a very negative sense here in the middle, right? But with everything else that's going on here, this is like shedding. This is like letting things go. Out with the old. Because we got love. Right? And look at all this liberated power. This ability to create whatever the fuck you want. Okay? So, Virgo, keep your hands open to receive abundance. You know? Expect it. Right? Be that Princess of Wands who's just like an entitled little fuck. Expect it. And that's okay. Right? That's cool. Because the harvest means that you've been putting in the work. And you earned it. All right, y'all. Again, Instagram, follow me there. Readings in the comments below. In the description. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I love the dialogue. Y'all are so cool with your feedback. It's amazing. And Virgo, in closing, I would like to say, feel yourself proudly. Like, humble bragging in February is kind of okay. Like, don't be obnoxious. But be okay with, like, flaunting the fact that you've been, like, doing the work and now you're feeling better. And now things are slowly improving. Wherever you started off, right? Wherever you started off, the sense is that things are getting better. The heaviness and all that is getting left behind, y'all. Where it belongs. 2017. New year, right? Use that, like, nitpicky perfectionism on yourself and your life, and, like, don't beat yourself up, but, like, build yourself up. Build, Virgo, build. I love you guys. I will talk to you in March. Have a great month. Adios. Hasta luego. Hasta mañana. Hasta en marzo. Does that work? Okay. Bye.